back to Retrieving Sanity with your podcast host Keegan, and this is your podcast for all mental health, addiction, recovery issues, and topics. And today, welcome to Aftertakes. I don't know why I said it like that. That was a little bit weird on my end, but forgive me. It's late. My brain is a little bit fried because I just had an awesome conversation with Mike Forrester, and I'm super excited to say that he is going to start the men's mental health radio, which is really, really cool because let's face it, a lot of us guys need a little bit of help with the mental stuff. And that's kind of the thing is that whenever we don't admit that we need help in those regards, a lot of the time we're the one that has our butts being burnt again. And then if we're going to be stuck in that self destructive cycle, we're going to get mad at everything else for getting mad at us for getting mad at everything else in the first place. So, of course, that isn't sustainable and it doesn't really work. And then we wonder why things just keep falling apart. So, it was really cool to actually speak with someone that understands the whole aspect of everything around me feels like it sucks, but it's because the stuff on the inside isn't that great. And it does really highlight the fact that a lot of us do sit there and try to change the outside environment and the people and situations and just all these other external factors that don't really necessarily change the inside stuff. And the inside stuff is what will change the outside stuff. And even though it doesn't feel like it at first, it does add up slowly but surely. And that it really does come in the form of just consistency and learning to trust yourself. And learning to trust yourself comes with time and consistency. So if you have a hard time trusting yourself, just remember it's going to take a little bit of time. So it's one of those things that you've got to start. And once the ball starts rolling, it's a little bit easier to keep it going than it is to stop it and pick it back up. So once you pick up momentum on being kind to yourself, trusting yourself, and all that, just keep it going. You're not going to get it perfect. You're going to mess up. You're going to feel like you're messing up even more, even whenever you're doing things the right way, because you're so used to doing things the wronger way that something else feels weirder or and that's something that he was even talking about. You do something wrong for so long, someone shows you the proper way to do it, and the proper way feels awkward as all hell. And that's how it felt whenever I learned emotions and how to deal with them. And another thing is that it's kind of like a limb falling asleep. Whenever it falls asleep and it comes back online and it hurts and it's like, ow, it's a part of my body and it's not supposed to hurt like this, but why is it doing that? That's how emotions kind of are in my case whenever they were coming back online, especially in full force. So that's just something we've all got to deal with. And all I can also really say is that it's super awesome having conversations like that because him and I talked for I think a little over an hour after the recording stopped, which is why you're not getting the after take until a little bit after an hour after the recording because we were talking the whole time. So it's just really cool to sit there and have other people in the mental health aspect share the same passion and just wanting other people to get better. And so it's kind of cool getting tips and tricks on how to do a podcast a little bit better. And part of me is like, I feel like I do that already, and I also feel like I don't. And that's the thing too, is that like I may have to start vetting people, which means some people are not going to be on the show, even though they want to be. And I know everyone has a voice and it deserves to be heard, but at the same time, there are going to be some times where it's like, maybe I can have an episode, but it's just not on the radio. And I think that's fine too. I mean, we have bonus content all the time. We have after takes, we have shorts, we have the Friday night lives whenever I don't have a guest. And I mean, there's just a lot that goes on with the podcast. So, eh. But anyways, um, do, 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 um, yeah, one of the things that he said also made me realize that I have no idea, like, who's listening to this ever, ever. And then he starts talking about some people that I should get on the show, and I'm like, oh, I've already interviewed them. Oh, I've already talked to them, and or I'm about to talk to this person, which is kind of cool. And so having someone that has experience with podcasting and the community and stuff and is excited about this podcast is kind of cool. You know, it's kind of like an affirmation of like, I'm doing something right. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's working ish. And so I'm trying to refine it and everything. And I know that I've taken a huge step back from everything. I've not done posts, I've not done some shorts, I've not done this or that. And it's because I literally had to step back and just hit the pause button, not the stop button, not the kill button. I've thought about it, I'm not going to do it. But I've had to sit there and take that step back, take that energy and everything like that for myself because otherwise I was going to burn out and I don't know if I was going to come back from it. But there is a little bit of time. The oven for dinner is almost done, so I got a story to tell y'all, but I don't know if it's now the best time. Probably not. It's really cool. It's really, 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 really cool to me, and it just goes into a lot more woohoo detail than some of y'all would probably like to know about, but uh, it is what it is. Anyways, so, hmm. Yep, we're just going to end this one here. Thanks for listening to the Aftertake with Mike Forrester. Be sure to check out his podcast, Living Fearless Today, and also check out the Men's Mental Health Radio, which is mensmentalhealth.fm. And I think he said that launches in June. So be sure to check that out and be sure to just keep showing love to everyone. You know, there's the oven. So it's time for me to get dinner started and just wind down from the evening. So until next time, which next time is actually Friday, because Friday I don't have an interview. So y'all get my little live stream Friday at 6. So we're going to be able to tell you all about the little adventure that I had on Monday. Super duper cool. And I think you should hear it because it's a little bit of history. So, anyways, with that being said, y'all have a good night. Thanks for listening to Retrieving Sanity. And as always, much love. Shalom.